So I've been asked by a customer to work on a movement from it's a child's clock actually of the 1930s, pin palette, V-conic, very simple, but if we have a look, has been subject to serious problems from a rust point of view, and we can see that. Let's have a look. Can't see it, can't focus into that. Rust point of view. Let's have a look there. Is that better? That's better. Very rusty. Significant pivot where both sides, so there'll be a lot of rebush. What you can see just looking at those pivots, how bad they are. All of those are probably going to have to be bushed, and I think we're going to find the same on the front plate as well. All of those are probably going to have to be bushed. You can see I put little crosses actually on the movement where I can tell just before I disassembled it just how worn it was. So there's going to be quite a bit to do to this clock. There's a lot of gunk and rust. That's your great wheel, a little bit of wear on the ratchet there, but it's not too bad. But just generally very worn. And there's going to be a lot of clean-up work if we're to get this. It's a little 30-hour movement, but if we're to get this going. So that's the starting point really. Pulled it all apart, had a look at it, taken the centre wheel off its arbor, that's all rusty. Even the balance spring over here, which you can probably see, we can see it, get some tweezers. That's suffering with rust as well, waggly going like that. And that's the roller pinion, which I've taken out of the balance wheel as well. That's very rusty. We'll probably make a new one there, and probably the same with the pallets, the pin pallets. We will probably turn new ones, but you can just see looking at that arbor how rusty that is. So this poor little clock, nearly 100 years old. It's been through a bit of a life really, but with a little bit of care and attention. It's not a great movement, it's not worth a lot of money. I think the customer picked it up for about £5, but they like it. And I got a great passion for getting old mechanical things back up and running, because I think that modern timepieces, smartwatches are a pile of poo. So let's see how we get on with it, shall we? So here we are, we've done all the work necessary on this particular movement, rebushed, changed the roller pinion, changed the pins and the pin pallet escapement, polished in all the pivots, and if you have a look now you'll see that you've got a movement that is running beautifully. As I said earlier, it's not a great movement, but isn't it nice to take something like that? We've cleaned all the rust away, we've done all the necessary work, and you've got a movement that is running very, very nicely. If you look at the reaction of the balance, the amplitude, it's great, and it's ready to be slotted back into the little clock, which we've turned a £5 junk shop find really into an operating clock again. And as it goes, probably now has a little bit more value to it, but you know, that's what it's all about. And here actually is the finished article. So movement back in the clock, you can see it is a child's clock, I would say, and looking at both the style of the surround, the mount, and the actual dial itself, I would probably date this clock around about 1925. So if you've picked it up for a £5 and you're able to find somebody who can do the repairs, it's not going to be worth a lot of money afterwards, but you have got a little bit of history, something that's quite charming, which can bring you a little bit of pleasure, wind it up every morning, and it is, you know, not a bad little timepiece, keeping reasonable time. So there you go, we'll see you next time.